Are you looking for the best TVs for PS5? In this video we will look at some of the 4 best TVs on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Samsung S90C OLED. The best TV for PS5 that we've tested is the Samsung S90C OLED. It's a fantastic TV that delivers an incredible gaming experience. Fast-paced action games look outstanding thanks to the nearly instantaneous response time, so there's almost no noticeable blur or ghosting behind fast-moving objects. Its input lag is extremely low, which makes for extremely responsive gaming. It's bright and colorful in HDR and SDR, so your games look great, especially in a dark room. Due to its HDMI 2.1 bandwidth ports, the TV can take full advantage of everything the PS5 offers, including 4K at 120Hz gaming in games that support it. And if you're also a PC gamer, the Samsung can reach 4K at 144Hz on all its HDMI ports. If you'd like an OLED TV that is part of Sony's perfect for PS5 lineup, which includes a few Sony exclusive features designed for PS5 gamers, look up the more expensive Sony A95L OLED. It has auto HDR tone mapping, which automatically optimizes the HDR settings for your TV, ensuring you get the best HDR experience possible without manually playing with the settings. However, it has worse input lag than the Samsung model, so gaming isn't as responsive, and the TV is much more expensive. You could also opt for the higher-end Samsung S95C OLED, which is brighter than the S90C, but its price premium is not worth it for most people. At number 2. LG C3 OLED. If you want an OLED that is not only a great gaming TV for the PS5 but can also be an excellent home theater TV, consider the upper mid-range LG C3 OLED. It's a premium TV that delivers stunning picture quality. Thanks to its near-infinite contrast ratio, there's no blooming around bright objects, and it has dark, inky blacks. It truly looks fantastic in dark rooms when gaming. That said, while it gets bright enough to fight glare even in moderately lit rooms and has incredible reflection handling, it doesn't use quantum dot technology. This means that colors aren't as bright as on the Samsung S90C OLED. The LG partly makes up for it by being more versatile, as it has better image processing, Dolby Vision HDR support, and can pass through advanced DTS audio formats. It also supports full 120Hz Dolby Vision, which is great to have even though Dolby Vision support is still rare on the PS5. Of course, it still delivers incredible gaming performance with a nearly instantaneous response time, resulting in crystal clear motion with no distracting blur behind fast-moving objects. It's also packed with gaming features, including full HDMI 2.1 bandwidth support on all 4 inputs, meaning you can take full advantage of your PS5 while having a bunch of other HDMI 2.1 devices connected. If you love this TV but would like it to be a bit more vibrant, consider the more expensive LG G3 OLED. The G3 is one of the brightest OLEDs on the market and is certainly brighter than the C3, but it's not worth the price difference for most people. At number 3. HiSense U7K. If you want the Sony X93L or LG B3 OLED but are tight on money, you can safely step down to the best lower mid-range TV for PS5 that we've tested, the HiSense U7K. It's dimmer than the Sony, with worse contrast, but it has a very similar feature set. Plus, it's still easily bright enough for a very good HDR experience, and its contrast is excellent overall, so it looks great when gaming in a dark room. It has fantastic reflection handling, so it handles very bright rooms well. It has a good local dimming solution to emphasize highlights and further improve the TV's contrast. It's also a very colorful TV, so it's very pleasant to watch in any context. Unfortunately, its viewing angle is narrow, so it's best viewed directly in front. Thankfully, its response time is excellent, making it an enticing option for gamers hoping to save money on a great TV. It has superbly low input lag and offers an extremely responsive gaming experience. And just like the higher-end Sony X93L and LG B3, it has 2 HDMI 2.1 bandwidth ports, but here, each port is capable of up to 4K at 144Hz, alongside full VRR and auto low latency mode, ALLM, support. Furthermore, it has full 120Hz Dolby Vision support, a great feature for a lower mid-range model. If you love this TV but would like it to be even brighter, consider the HighSense U8K, which is basically just a much brighter U7K. At number 4. TCL Q5/Q550G QLED. If you're a price-conscious PS5 gamer, and the HiSense U7K is a bit too pricey for you, yet you still want a great experience, the best budget TV for PlayStation 5 that you can get is the TCL Q5/Q550G QLED. It's a very good TV for gaming thanks to its low input lag and decent response time, resulting in a responsive gaming experience in clear motion, with very little blur behind fast-moving objects. Even though it has HDMI 2.0 bandwidth on all of its ports, alongside a 60Hz panel, it can output 1080p at 120Hz and 1440p at 120Hz with resolution halving, with a wide VRR range to match. It's hard to notice the drop in picture quality from resolution halving unless you really look for it, so it's a great feature, making it one of the cheapest TVs on the market with a 120Hz refresh rate. It also supports Dolby Vision at 60Hz, another great feature for a budget model. Still, it has worse picture quality than the more expensive models on this list, with worse contrast due to the lack of a local dimming feature. It gets bright overall and is quite colorful, but without local dimming, it can't truly emphasize bright highlights. However, it has a narrow viewing angle, so it's not the best choice for party games with a large group of friends, as anyone sitting to the side will see a faded image. Overall, it's an impressive TV for gaming thanks to its low input lag and decent response time. If you'd like a slightly brighter TV, look at the slightly more expensive TCL Q6/Q650G QLED. Still, they're very similar, so the Q5 is the better value overall.